Last time on Superstar Challenge, 10 wannabe handyman hosts arrived in Toronto to face their first challenge.
What you have to do is pitch to these judges an entirely new, completely original idea for your very own handyman show.
At stake, their place in the competition.
The show is called Love It or Learn It.
It's called Building with the Girl Next Door.
McNabb's and a Weber. No matter how much nagging.
I like that idea.
He's got what this is looking for.
Handyman, Randy Blue.
Good or bad,
Construction sites always have music.
nervous or not,
Throw a little bit of Clint Eastwood in there.
when it was all said,
She did smile a lot.
it was then up to the judges to get it done.
The judges have made a decision.
And just like that, this year's first cut was made.
Ivan, you're going home. I don't like this.
Superstar, you know who you are. Handyman Superstar Challenge.
One of the key reasons we'll often choose one handyman over another is, of course, costs. Now, some of that cost is labor, but a lot of it is materials. Materials cost a lot. If we can find a handyman that can help us cut costs by reusing old stuff, turning one thing into another, then all the better. In this episode, we're going to test this unique handyman ability with the most disposable and unique wood product this country has ever produced. In my hands, it's really just a hockey stick. In their hands, who knows what it might become.
Now don't forget, the contestants have no idea what new challenge each new day will bring. What they do know is that by day's end, one of them will be going home.
I showed up and there was a pile of hockey sticks. Right away, my brain was going crazy. I saw the sticks and I was just, anything with sticks and tools, I figured I couldn't go wrong.
It was a lot of confusion. What the heck are we going to be doing with all these hockey sticks?
What they'll be doing couldn't be more simple. Today's challenge is to make anything they want.
All right, you have 2 hours to create something amazing, something great, something unique, something that says this is your A game. You can skate with the big boys. You belong in the rink. Give me everything that you got. The one with the worst effort, the worst execution, the worst idea. For them, it is game over. Ready? Game on!
I wanted to see confidence, style, imagination. You gotta have some experience. You gotta be able to build with your hands or at least talk about it. I don't think it was a difficult challenge today. I think it was one of the easier ones they're gonna have.
This way you can actually see how creative they are with the time they have and with the materials that they have, knowing that if it doesn't look that great, they could be on their way out.
You've got a short amount of time to build something, but more importantly, you have to be able to sell the judges.
It's the beginnings of a beautiful love scene.
We're looking for a bit of a salesman, a guy who can sell you your shirt off your back.
But you can't sell what you can't create. Right out of the gate, it was clear the contestants were in a battle, not just with each other, but with the hockey sticks themselves.
Not that kind of thing you usually make something out of. It's not really wood. For the most part, a lot of fiberglass. It's curved and bent and round edges. It was a challenge.
It became very obvious quickly. Cutting through the fiberglass on the hockey sticks was next to impossible with the handsaw. And you know, you were knocking stuff off the table because you had to get really aggressive. And it was tiresome.
Didn't realize that all hockey sticks aren't wood. I think this one here is made of iron. My little saw was getting duller and duller every pull back.
Lucky for the contestants, the handyman gods were actually listening. With the arrival of power tools came renewed focus and energy.
As soon as the power tools were in, I was starting to lay stuff down. I was cutting as I was going. I didn't look up the whole challenge. I never looked at all at anybody else. I just was focused. I was like in the zone. I was going to town.
Okay, you have 30 seconds left.
No.
Yeah.
You serious?
No, I'm joking. You have like an hour.
Holy crap. Trying to build a car.
I had about
5 ideas going through my head. Do I go small and precise, creative? Does it work? Doesn't it work? Is it for show?
I expected actually a harder challenge, but given the time frame and the tools, some of the tools that we're using, it was pretty challenging.
Here. Oh, God, this is wool.
What's that?
It's just a little on your nose there. It's television. Remember, you're a handyman, but you're also on television.
Yes. I mean, that is a roller coaster ride. Emotionally, physically, 10 different ways. 20 maybe.
Who's the superstar?
It's Reuse It Day at the Superstar Challenge, and between 9 contestants and hundreds of used hockey sticks, some pressure-packed projects are beginning to take shape.
You get mixed up in the jumble of everything. It was go, 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 and my mind was on the project. I was just gonna build what I was gonna build, and if I was happy with it, great. If no one else was, not so great. But I think it turned out all right.
I don't want to say anything, and I'm not a judge, but so far you're the best.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, you have less than an hour to finish. No, I haven't. I told that guy over there something sucked. What is it?
This is going to be a frame. Actually, my first choice was one of those little tables that goes behind a couch. I started doing that, and I sort of aborted mission about half an hour through. And I was able to use some of those parts and go with an easier project. I'd rather get it done and half decent than run out of time.
That's one hockey stick bench and one frame-like thingy. Meanwhile, the inevitable hockey stick table was well on its way from William of Newfoundland.
We gotta have some sensibility of design. How's it going?
Is it a lamp?
I think it may light up the room.
No, that's me.
For some reason, that's what I saw when I first thought about hockey sticks and furniture. I saw them all side by each, edge to edge, and I thought the top was going to be interesting because of the colors. I can see a cold beer sitting on that. Definitely.
For Handy Randy, this challenge was stirring up some pretty vivid memories.
I felt like I was in a little play school again. That's what it felt like to me. I mean, building things out of hockey sticks, right? It's like my imagination was just going wild. More like a go-kart.
Will it really work?
Yep. Here's a brake.
Now, this is just something I learned back in the dark ages. The wheels are supposed to be round.
I just felt like a kid again, so I just let it go.
Okay, everyone, 10 minutes left.
The construction went not as easy as I would like. And I should have probably taken a little bit more time to actually think about the medium of hockey stick and maybe use hockey stick instead of thinking of it as a pile of mangled 2x4s.
This is a Muskoka chair for my son, Cal. So
It doesn't look like a Muskoka chair.
No, it was a level playing field, and there were guys that got a lot done in a short time. I probably wasn't as organized because I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I had 10 more pieces to put on, and it would have been sturdy and solid and whatever, but I take my time. If I make a mistake, I'll go back and fix it.
Okay, everyone, 10 seconds as of now. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop your sticks.
When time was called, I was not done. 2 hours seemed like forever when you started. They said that's it, and I stood up and took a deep breather and looked over, and Glenn takes a breather, looks at me, and we're like, oh, man, oh no.
Both Jordan and Glenn had made the same thing.
Can't believe somebody else did another director's chair. I just looked up and there it was.
Paul's project, however, wasn't quite so recognizable.
I'm just going to call it a piece of art. That's the easiest way out of this. It's basically a frame with H in the center of it. Could be handyman, could be hockey, but since we worked in hockey sticks, let's say it's hockey. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give myself a 5.
But of course, it's judges' opinions that matter most. Not knowing who did what, it's time for their hands-on review.
I was surprised by some of them. I was let down by some of them also.
Big H wrench. Is that a hockey net? I'm going to assume it's a hockey net.
Is it sturdy?
Actually, yes.
I had higher hopes for some of the guys.
What is this?
Car of some kind? I was pretty disappointed, but at the same time excited to see, you know, what they could possibly make.
3 square wheels and 1 octagon, so that's going to be one hell of a drive.
The octagon was done very well.
I take it that's the mirror.
I think I'd give him maybe a 7 out of 10 for imagination. In terms of construction, probably a 4.
Look at this, like a hallway lounge chair. I didn't expect too much. It was nice to see. There was great achievements within 2 hours. There was a few really good ones. Hockey table. Everything on the top is screwed from the bottom. It's nice and strong. And cross bracing effect using the ends of the stick, that works. Okay, Mike, you sit down. All right, let me try it. Load bearing, yeah. Fairly correct, not bad. It was actually very good. All right. A little bit of weight difference there, but it held me. It didn't break.
Of all the finished projects, 2 in particular stood out. The first was Ted's.
Muskoka chair.
I thought it was really disappointing.
Probably can guarantee you can't sit on that.
The wind blew, and the Muskoka chair fell apart.
The house will fall down. I don't want to live in it.
This is an accident waiting to happen.
The second was Ilka's.
I'm going to say doghouse. That's how I'm going to recognize it. I wonder who built this.
I've got no idea what this is. I don't think a lot of thought went into this.
I will agree with that one.
My kid could have built that.
Why are we seeing a broken stick?
Yeah, I've got no idea. That's not
We
even...
have tools. Cut it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I'm calling it mystery.
Mystery?
Who's the superstar?
It's Hockey Stick Day at the Handyman Challenge, but even an impromptu pickup game can't shake the mood of growing tension among the contestants. Why? Because their challenge isn't over yet. Having first built their hockey stick projects, they must now present them one by one, like real television hosts.
It's raining. I like the walk. That's good.
The pitch part was unexpected, so I didn't really get a huge chance to prepare myself, but I just winged it.
Hey, welcome back. We're doing a little segment today on reclaimed items. Go to the hockey arena, you can find pretty much broken hockey sticks anywhere.
The pitch
And
was
let's have a little
great.
fun
I
with
mean,
it.
Jordan really knows how to shine.
Today we built a producer's chair, director's chair as you want. Use the blades, armrest, backrest.
He's not afraid of the camera. He's a unique individual, and I think that's really what makes a presence on camera.
Make it strong, make it workable, make it usable. That's the point of it.
Unique or not, nerves were inevitably the contestants' biggest concern.
Today we're doing a segment on reclaimed materials. Think about all the stuff that ends up in your dumpster and then in the landfill. Gone. Gone, gone, gone. I haven't had any experience talking to the cameras. You know, I get a little bit of anxiety there. I had to do a second take, but it came out relatively smooth. You could easily put a pizza and a case of beer on this without any trouble. Thanks a lot.
Randy's nervousness wasn't immediately apparent.
Hi, and welcome to the Handy Randy Show. Today's segment is on reclaimed materials.
Started out of the gate, great.
I have a round wheel that was going to be functional, but speed was a factor when I was building it. I didn't have much time.
And then all of a sudden, there was no ending.
And it's actually built for 200 pounds capacity. And I'll show you it actually works.
If you don't have an ending, you kind of look stupid there. When you're looking for a way out, you don't have one.
For Paul, it's the opposite problem, with nary an ending in sight.
What you've just witnessed is 9 competitors in an exercise of true grit and determination. I know, I'm one of those competitors.
He has a tendency to ramble on a lot.
It started out as an exercise of frustration. One of those components are the artistic part of the project. As it went on, my confidence grew.
He came in, he loses focus on what he's doing, and he rambles on so fast, he lost me. And so I'm sure he would lose the audience.
Structurally, it's very strong. If it's an easel, how do I draw on it? I really...
No, it's not an easel. Sorry, it's just a picture frame with some art in the middle of it. Yeah.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks
a lot.
What? I mean, because that's a really ugly piece of art, if that's the case. Welcome back.
today's segment is going to be a piece on recycled materials. Now, recycled materials can be anything from used hockey sticks to anything you can find at a dumpster. Now, we get back
The
to
judges
break.
thought Ilka's presentation, like her project, was a little off the mark.
It was lost on me what exactly you were showing us. I don't believe that you mentioned your project, or if you did, you didn't voice it enough.
I chose not to.
Hey, why did you choose not to?
Well, it's not that impressive, and I just wanted to talk about what we could be doing as a host using recycled materials.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Meanwhile, Richard used his creation to full advantage.
This is a mirror frame made out of old hockey sticks. And this is perfect for the little tyke before the big game. They can say those magic words. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Totally blew me away.
And when they get a little older, teenagers or something, you know, they use the same mirror. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Had a little bit of comedy in it, a lot of his own character, which really showed through. It was good.
All in all, despite the nervousness and the improvised nature of their screen tests, it was remarkable just how well the contestants did perform.
Before we get started on any project, we must work safely. Don't let this happen to you.
We're going to be dealing with reclaimed items. Luckily, we're able to obtain a ridiculous amount of old hockey sticks. Previously loved hockey sticks.
On today's show, we're dealing with reclaimed materials, a Canadian icon, the hockey stick.
Ted caught the judges' attention again, but this time for all the right
Have
reasons.
some work on the chair base left to do. You best stay tuned to the rest of the show to see the finished result.
Excellent. Ted's got it. Ted's got the camera thing. And unfortunately, the chair thing did not help him out.
Ted, have you seen my show?
Yeah, many, many times.
And what do I say when I touch stuff like this?
Well, I know, but I mean, I literally
say,
wasn't
who
finished.
made this
I
crap?
wasn't.
Made a terrible chair. Absolutely
Why is
terrible.
the top of your chair on the bottom? Total,
And then I was gonna
total,
put that back
total
on, but I
crap.
just...
However, your presentation totally saved your life.
Jamie Oliver of construction. I have a huge crush on Ted.
Projects made, screen tests delivered, the fate of the contestants now rests with the judges' next critical decision: who should stay and who should go.
Why don't we start with Paul on the hockey night? What'd you think?
This particular piece, if we look at it, has, I would think, 3 components to it that I'd like to discuss.
I think it was questionable.
All right.
His performance was just so-so.
Randy in his car.
It's going to be functional, but speed was a factor when I was building it. I didn't have much time.
I was really disappointed in Randy today.
Really?
He doesn't seem to bring a lot to it.
Ted, Muskoka chair.
You best stay tuned to the rest of the show to see the finished result.
Brutal chair, but definitely pulled it off.
Oh, did he ever save it? Elka, doghouse. She's in the doghouse?
Now, we get back from break, I'll be showing you some exciting day projects that we can do.
She was a bit of a disappointment, but I'd
Yeah,
like to maybe
I
give her
expected.
another shot.
Really? All right, I'm gonna give my bottom 3.
Okay.
Randy, Elka, and Paul.
I can agree with that. If you guys agree that it's Randy who goes home.
I think Elka's gotta go.
I have to agree with Mike. Elka's
Ilka is our only girl. Maybe she was just nervous today.
She blew it.
Today's Handyman Challenge began with these 9 contestants, enduring the rain and the pressure to both make and present original projects from hundreds of used hockey sticks. Now it's time to find out which one of the 9 will be going home.
I thought it was possible. My presentation is not 100%. I'm a little weak in I'm weak in presentation.
So I was fairly confident I was going to be in the safe crowd. But everybody else was way more worried than I was.
I felt there was a good chance I could stay, but I also knew that it was a roll of the dice.
William, Jordan, Richard, Paul, Glenn, and Ian. Congratulations. Your hockey stick projects and your stand-ups have allowed you through to the next round.
I was the last name on that list. And I was waiting for my name.
Ted, Ilka, and Randy, come forward, please. You 3 represent the best, the worst, and the one who is going home.
I've never felt that before. It's out of my hands.
The judges describe this project as weak on every level. Fortunately, this person saved themselves with the best stand-up of the day by far. Congratulations to Ted. You were deemed the best contestant of the day. Ilka. The judges felt that your project was incomplete, uninspired, and just basically missed the mark. Your performance, unfortunately, was also a letdown. Randy. The judges felt your project was fair, but actually a bit of a letdown. With your experience, they expected a lot more out of you. Your stand-up performance was equally weak, lacking focus and polish. Fortunately, you will still be moving forward, which means, Ilka, you will not.
The competition's only female is the second finalist to be going home.
Am I sad? No, actually, I'm not. I'm not sad at all. It's like being the first one out in a game of tag. So you just miss out on the rest of the game, but you still got to be in the game, so that was good.
Ilka had to go because she doesn't have the two major elements that are required to win this competition. She doesn't have the skill or the on-air personality. She's a nice girl, but she's not a superstar handyman.
Superstar.